morning. First of all, please accept my deepest apology for not being there in person. Another event came up and I have to be in Bhubaneswar on the same day. So I was not able to travel down and be with you physically. However, by the organizers, I am recording this particular message and also trying to make this a call for action by all the participants who are there today in this event. I was told by the organizers that the audience comprises of leaders and the entire event is how to promote leadership amongst women. So I have tried to curate the presentation and my work on women entrepreneurship around this topic. I participate in such events due to my work in the space of women entrepreneurship as the mission director of WEP Entrepreneurship Platform. I'm now going to share my presentation on WEP and take you through our journey as well as a call for action for all of you to consider to come and join us in this cause of promoting leadership amongst women through entrepreneurship. If I may have the presentation, please. Women Entrepreneurship Platform is really an aggregator platform which is aimed at building an entrepreneurial ecosystem through partnerships. For today's talk, I'm going to focus on how it enables creation and development of new leaders, also by the leaders. So it is enabling by the leaders and for the leaders. WEP, as I said, is an aggregator platform. It is an initiative premised on public-private partnership. The vision of WEP is premised on three pillars: Ichha Shakti, Gyan Shakti, Karma Shakti. Ichha Shakti for the behavioral aspect. So this aims at targeting those women who are not in space and motivating them to consider this as something where they can venture into. Also targeting those who are there in the business and trying to make them consider growing and also targeting women who may be already in the entrepreneurial space but not growing their business or making their business scalable. So under Ichha Shakti, our various initiatives is to address both set of women. For Gyan Shakti, the second pillar, we are aiming at providing knowledge seamlessly, relevant knowledge, the right set of knowledge, and knowledge which is easily accessible and thus can be consumed properly. The third pillar is Karma Shakti. Karma Shakti, we handhold the women and see how they can go up in their entrepreneurial journey. The mission of WEP is to collaborate, consolidate, convergence, and be the catalyst. So WEP does not have any program of its own. It works with other stakeholders who are already invested in this ecosystem in different forms, work with them and see how we can converge their efforts to prepare and develop a program of a much higher size and scale, which creates much more impact. Our pathways really are creating the knowledge portal to overcome the information asymmetry. And by portal, I mean not only the digital portal, but also through physical and various multi-pronged initiatives, interventions to overcome information asymmetry, providing the knowledge. Also providing continuum of support by developing curated and bespoke programs and a plug-and-play approach to function essentially in order to help people find out their niche where they are able to contribute seamlessly and become partners of WEP. As a PPP, it seeks partnership with all relevant stakeholders. You may be an individual, you may be from corporate, you could be a social impact entity, you could be an international body. If you have willingness to come and work, we will find a role for you. Our theory of change is basically to give a holistic 360-degree support to women in their entrepreneurial journey, and not to have programs which is focused only on a couple of requirements. So all our programs cater to meeting these 6 ecosystem needs, including mentoring and networking, access to finance, compliance and legal assistance, training and skilling, market linkages, and general business development services. Well, you may ask, why should I partner? You should partner in order to get branding and visibility for your own efforts, your own initiatives, programs, products, services, for creating impact, for networking with other partners and peers, and expanding your circle of influence, and finally to pay it forward. I think these are some very important purposes which we have kind of listed out to motivate people to come forward and join hands with WEP. We have, as I said earlier, flexible partnership formats which allow you to leverage your own sectoral strengths and create the impact for the country. The plug and play mechanism which I spoke about, the framework which we have called it award to reward. Earlier, NITI Aayog used to give Women Transforming India Award, and now we have transitioned to programs which reward excellence. So for Women Transforming India Awards, we were really focusing on those women who have already achieved something in their life. But in the new setup, we focus on everybody, whether they are a first timer or they are aspirational or they are, at any level of their entrepreneurial journey. We do not make that distinction. It is a plug and play. It has some basic components, like the cohort for the program has to be selected through competition. There needs to be capacity building sessions which cover all the 6 ecosystem needs which I mentioned earlier. There should be a second round of competition to judge how well the cohort understood the basics of what was taught to them. And when I say capacity building, we may have classroom sessions, but what we try to impart is basically a more practitioner's guide, where we bring in experts, existing entrepreneurs and various other professionals to address and converse with the cohort. Finally, we do on the second basis, on the second round of competition, we select some winners who show the extra spark in growing their business based on the learnings which they get from the capacity building. This is essentially to motivate people to give their best, to remain invested in the program, and we give reward, which reward also is flexible. It could take any form, and we have not really specified what exactly it could be, so it could vary from program to program depending on what kind of sponsors we have. Lastly, we focus a lot on outreach because we feel that by focusing on women achievers, we create role models, which itself presents a very important process of motivating others. We have designed, based on the award to reward framework, a program titled Yashaswini, and presently we are implementing the pilots phase of Yashaswini, and this is targeted at women MSMEs. And in phase 1, there is a general awareness we are creating. In phase 2, we will be doing more cohort-based, we are adopting a more cohort-based sectoral programs to map the progress of women entrepreneurs in various spaces. So, as I said, we cover all women entrepreneurs. and under the Yashaswini program, which is specially targeting the women MSMEs, we have programs which is covering informal sector women entrepreneurs. Also, they could be registered, they could be break even, they could be any sector. A cohort could be multi-sectoral or it could be based on one sector. The essential KPI is we should be able to help to achieve at least one level from where they come into the program, and address some of the challenges which they face when they enter the cohort. So that is how we design individual programs, and these are some of the examples. Not examples, actually, they are actual programs which we have implemented. Some of them have also completed. And as you can see, they covered, the cohorts cover different areas. We have anchor partners, different anchor partners, and they are all, the time of the cohort program, the area, geographical as well as sectoral, they all differ. And it all depends on what the anchor partner, who essentially are the key players in designing the program, bring to the table. So, for instance, Project Maitri is by Make My Trip, and Make My Trip, as you all know, are in the space of tourism and travel, and they onboard on their platform women homestay owners. So they were interested in doing this program for these women homestay owners, with the goal that the individual enterprises will benefit from this program. So as I said, the idea is to align with your existing programs, your existing sphere of work, and that is how the plug and play, using the comparative advantage of all stakeholders, is able to create an impact. So coming back to the same program, Project Maitri for homestay owners, ITC was onboarded as a and it took on the responsibility of hospitality training for these women. So this is how the plug and play really functions, and you can, as an individual, you can be a resource person, take classes in your area of expertise, address these women, and help them in their entrepreneurial journey. Organizations can fund programs, they can be anchors, they can be partners contributing to specific requirements of each group. These are some of our forthcoming programs. Urban Company has announced this program for small salon owners. It was the call for application was opened on 15th November. Reliance Foundation is targeting Kirana entrepreneurs in rural areas of Madhya Pradesh. Meera Bhender is trying to, they have SHG women involved in manufacturing snacks at small scale. We are trying to see how we can make them individual entrepreneurs. So as a partner, you can provide funding support, you can provide mentorship support, you can be involved in our ATR program, you can join us, our collectives which are on access to finance and access to marketing, and they are sector-based collectives which have stakeholders invested in that particular area only. Also be a resource, a WEP resource, which would entail being a jury member for various ATRs. In our programs, agreeing to be a panelist, an expert panelist, a sectoral expert, a business expert for various programs of ours, and also help us in our media outreach by supporting, our various initiatives on digital amplification. If you are an influencer, you can really help us in spreading the word, in improving the discovery of WEP efforts. And as I said initially, you could be individual, corporate, academia, NGO, CSO, business association, PSU, anybody can come and partner with us. So as a partner, you can provide funding support, You can provide mentorship support. You can be involved in our ATR program. You can join us, our collectives, which are on access to finance and access to marketing, and they are sector-based collectives which have stakeholders invested in that particular area only. Also, be a resource, a WEP resource, which would entail being a jury member for various ATRs. In our programs, agreeing to be a panelist, an expert panelist, a sectoral expert, a business expert for various programs of ours, and also help us in our media outreach by supporting, our various initiatives on digital amplification. If you are an influencer, you can really help us in spreading the word, in improving the discovery of WEP efforts. And as I said initially, you could be individual, corporate, academia, NGO, CSO, business association, PSU, anybody can come and partner with us. This is the mentorship platform which I spoke about. So on the mentorship platform, you can onboard yourself as a mentor, and the mentees will reach out basis your availability window, which you would have, which you would need to indicate on the platform. Besides going on the platform, you can also offer to mentor the cohorts under the award to reward programs for one-to-one mentorship. These are the collectives which I spoke about. This is the Finance Collective, Financing Women Collective. These are some of the other partners in the Financing Women Collective. So as part of the collective, they not only provide, address supply side issues, but also give commitment of onboarding women for the various initiatives. These are some of the other partners in the collective. For funding, again, we have a lot of flexibility. You can, either be a task specific fund for any quantum. It could be a program fund where you support individual streams, or you could be a marquee fund funded by supporting our major initiatives, say the platform development, onboarding, new technology on the platform, or supporting, PMUs or various other programs. So in the ATR, you could either be an anchor or you could become a partner. So as an anchor, in addition to a partner, you are then responsible for taking the lead, giving the basic details for that particular ATR. Say, Make My Trip said we will do it for homestay owners in Northeast. So that is how the anchor started. Urban Company said we will do it in Delhi for beauty salon owners. So that is, the role of the anchor to decide the basics of the cohort, help design, and then the anchor can choose basis their bandwidth and their reach, whatever they want to do. And wherever the anchor says we need support, we onboard partners. So you can be a partner in capacity building in any of the 6 ecosystem needs, in mentorship as one-to-one mentor, sponsoring the reward, and also supporting the various recognition for the award winners, either supporting the organization of the events. So in any typical ATR, as I said earlier, you can help in, it will involve application and selection, mentorship, capacity building. So it could be general business or also as well as industry specific. So in Mira Bender, we are looking for partners for, imparting skill training in food processing, also partners who can help us, explain what are the regulatory and other requirements for women in that space or in any other space. Reward and outreach is very important, and of course for jury. These are some of the, properties of WEP, and you can own any of these and work with us in the community. You can decide to take up any discussion group. and own it up and take it forward. We bring out quarterly newsletter. You can contribute to blogs or any other articles or event and other information that can be included in the newsletter. You can be featured in Ask Web as an expert, and also on the knowledge portal you can propose, suggest information under WEP offerings. If you are already running a business and providing any business related services, we can feature you on WEP to provide that services. But if you offer any discount to WEP registered users, then you will be separately featured and showcased under WEP offerings. This is the tech platform, which is one of the important constituents of WEP. We want to make it pan-India, and we want to overcome the digital divide. So presently the platform is available in 12 languages, and as we speak, we are collaborating with different constituents to improve the functionalities of the platform, to leverage frontier technology, to have a continuous user access test. So in any of these, if you have any core competence, if you have any interest, you can come join with us. Say you can you can offer to drive the UAT, so that we have a continuous feedback from the users on the usability of the platform. You can design the UAT program, run it as a partner. You can also fund the development of the platform, maintenance of the platform, as that is one of the key aspects which we do. These are some of our existing partners, and I am hopeful that after today's session, we will have many more whom we will be able to onboard. The onboarding partners is very simple. It is an online onboarding. Please go on the website and onboard yourself as a partner. We would also request you to register as a web user. And also, in case you feel that you can be a mentor on the platform, register yourself as a mentor. So these are the three things which you can immediately do. And I hope that we will see, a lot of response after today's event. And again, the call for action is to join us, join the cause, and pay it forward, get captive market for your own services, programs, be a part of a growing network, create ground level impact, create measurable impact, develop women-centric value chain, get public recognition and branding, and be the voice in policy making space as well. Come join WEP. With that, I end my address and over to the MC. Thank you very much.
Personal capacities and corporate organizational capacities, please do consider the fact that there are, we were talking about the issues that we talked about in the morning, but there is a large population of people in rural, semi-urban areas where the problems are even more visible. And one way to bring our friends there to come out is, there's no job also there, but there's a lot of talent. Not every, at least in case of boys and men, they can leave and come to certain location. That also doesn't exist for women there. So I would certainly urge and maybe invite some comments here to see what do you think as a group. The reason for my reason to invite her was, it's an opportunity for us while we are working, what can we do to contribute? And also, at any stage of life, if someone wants to become an entrepreneur yourself, where can you go for support? So, can we spend 5 minutes just to find some thoughts, high-level ideas, who would like to? So, may I see who are the people who would like to know more and get associated with WEP? I see one hand there. I think I can just say, just go around and I think I just want people to take the notes. Please take a piece of paper and write down the writing to the book to her. So they will send some more communication. Thoughts, ideas? Does it resonate in any way what you see?
Hi. So the this is really a very good subject. I have been looking into some government websites from probably 6 months now. And I specifically wanted to look at, cybersecurity and that space specifically. But other than that, from the entrepreneur perspective, I think, skill development is really an important space or area. I have heard that there are a lot of projects, fundings available, but when it comes to actually looking into the projects and trying to understand the market research that is already available, the data, and then deciding on, if let's assume that if there is any way we can put some capital or investment into it and would want to go ahead with some sort of projects, then this kind of data is really difficult to get online on any government portal. So if that kind of information, because I just checked WAP website as well, while it asks for the registration, but such projects are not readily available to access and see, what kind of investment would be needed, what kind of skills are available. And I'm sure there are trainings that government actually conducts, but if they are easily accessible, that will be helpful.
Work in progress. If you recall, there are 6 pillars, and one of the pillars is funding. So there are some grants, some schemes also available, and I think they're also looking to partner with all kind of angel networks. I mean, we all know the whole range of Bangalore has probably 20 angel networks where people are putting small money in a cause they believe, and not as a charity but as an investment. But small money, because sometimes the VC community, of course, they're doing their own job, but then they take so much time to even give 10 lakhs of rupees, they will probably take 6 months, or maybe even 5 lakhs of rupees, they will take that long time. But the intention is for the angels to make those decisions faster. So if 20 people put 10,000 rupees each, it's 2 lakhs of rupees, but in 2 lakhs of rupees, somebody can get their business started, at least get it off the ground rather than wait. So I think they're also trying to partner with some angel networks. I'm also trying to get involved in that space to see how can we mobilize our AWLS community to see make small, don't take big bets, it's not an investment, but put some small money. If we can fund 3, 4, 5 projects, or even 10, 20 lakhs of rupees together, that's 5 more than 0. And if out of the 5, even 2 survive and do well, in 5 years' time, they would be having 5, 10 jobs each. And those 25, 30 jobs will be not in the big cities, but wherever they live, and create livelihood for people near their home places. So that is the intention. So please, I think I didn't collected some names, but who have not, please write down. There's a piece of paper on your desk. Write down and just give it to me. I'll make sure that it gets back to this point. Yeah, you have a question to that?
I represent startup. Quick question, and we spoke about it in a bit, and this would be really tons of talent available in the rural space. Challenge is, how do you channelize that talent back to a venture which could be in a more urban city like Bangalore? Either you go set up something there, or you are able to bring the talent here. That gap, I think, is huge today, and we've been trying to get some talent. We are a food FMCG startup, and we know there are people who can cook, create those products because they've been doing it for generations. But to tap that, I think we seek help from some space like NITI Aayog. So to say, how do we bridge that and how do we bring that?
I'm going to just write up a piece of paper specifically for this and do that way. But on a slightly different note, the intention is not to move people necessarily from the villages to the cities. I think we have another challenge of urban migration. The challenge is to enable them where they are, work with the resources they readily have, create value, and take their finished product in terms of the market linkages to the cities. So get their output to the cities and beyond, rather than moving the people, because moving people has a tremendous amount of social costs. Reality is, I mean, we saw that BPO business 20 years ago. A lot of young people would leave places and come to Gurgaon, Bangalore, etc. But and I would say with the sense of, I'm also in the industry when I feel the pinch. But frankly, I feel relieved that people don't come for those low-paying jobs into the big cities now. It shows there's a less desperation. I don't know about Bangalore, but in Delhi, a common subject in every household is your domestic worker. And then they prefer to have a live-in or full-time. So, and every party you go to, the people will talk about the big challenge. And the problem is, they say, my girls are not coming. And you think about that, who as a parent will send their 18, 17, 19 years old girl to work in a stranger place? Except in the case of desperation. So if they're not coming, it's a problem for the people in the cities, but I think it's a great relief that there is a growth and development at the grassroots. So to your question, the other part of it is women, entrepreneurship. So whatever you are doing, do it on your own way, and there's a support system that provides you so that you can be independent and create a small enterprise of your own. But I will convey your comment also back. Thank you. So yeah, please, if anybody else is doing stuff, just scribble your name and any question you have, and I will convey that.
Thanks,